The moratorium for campus Greeks is over. We'll tell you about the new rules.
Find out the symptoms of drink spiking and how to protect yourself.
I'm Peyton Gortney.
And I'm Jaden Granberry. Your news starts now. The pause on Greek activity is over on the UTC campus. That started Wednesday, September the 3rd. 2 days earlier, that was originally announced.
That comes after a campus-wide meeting for all Greek members. That took place Tuesday night at McKenzie Arena. One of the biggest announcements was mandatory training for all Greeks on new member risk management. Compliance training must be completed by any Greek organization starts holding events again. Vice Chancellor Artania Wesley acknowledged the upset over the moratorium, but said personal safety is important for each and every Greek on campus.
Drink spiking has been the news this semester, with drinks allegedly spiked at some off-campus parties. Here's our Trezor Cassidy with more on how to know the symptoms and how you can avoid falling victim to spiking.
Most substances, when added to a drink, are colorless, odorless, and tasteless. However, to know if you are being spiked, take note of a difference in taste or sudden cloudiness, or a different appearance like bubbles or fizzing. If the ice of your drink has sunk to the bottom of your cup, it most likely has been spiked. Some overall effects of being spiked could be changes in your body and behavior, feeling unusually intoxicated. You might feel much more drunk than you expected after consuming only a small amount of alcohol. Feeling out of it or strange. You might experience a sense of mental confusion, disorientation, or detachment. Drowsiness or fatigue. You might suddenly feel very sleepy or have difficulty staying awake. Difficulty speaking, slurred speech. You might have trouble articulating your words or experience slurred speech. It's hard to know when you're being spiked if you don't know your tolerance. In that case, wise up on knowing your body's tolerance and limits in private settings. To keep yourself and others safe, go in groups and stick together. Cover your drinks, and if you feel the need, ask for a new one. Find out more on mocsnews.com.
A Chattanooga man is accused of breaking into a car on the UTC campus. Police say Corey Abernathy broke into the vehicle last week, located at Lot 59, which is on McCallie Avenue behind the doctor's building. Abernathy is charged with illegal possession of a weapon, aggravated criminal trespass, and car burglary. Abernathy made his first appearance in court on Thursday.
Meanwhile, a Chattanooga man is accused of trespassing in 3 UTC buildings. Tony Daly stands charged with aggravated criminal trespass. Campus police investigators say Daly was on the campus this past weekend.
Brown with Mocs News, and as you can see right behind me, we have about 30 plus people here protesting about gun control and policies.
We want change, and we want more regulation as to who can purchase guns. Just more regulation. We don't want to take guns away from people. We just want to make sure that guns stay in the right hands for the people who rightly should have them.
Gun control is an act of respect. It's respecting the community. It doesn't mean taking away guns from normal people that should be able to have guns safely can't have guns.
This is a decent turnout, so yeah, I'm happy that people decided to show. It's great.
We hope you got to enjoy Scrappy's Market this week. The event, hosted by Aramark, took place on Vine Street next to the library. You can see the table was loaded with fresh produce, and the best part is, it's all free. Don't miss out on the next market on September 16th from 2 to 4. Just RSVP to the event on mocsync.org. It takes place every 2 weeks. You can check out the dates and times on mocsnews.com.
Are you interested in being a doctor, or a nurse, or a veterinarian? Students took part in a pre-health fair recently at Lepton Hall. They got to go from table to table to learn about the degree program here at UTC. Plus, student clubs that are a part of pre-health were also on hand.
Types of questions are what sort of events we're going to have as a club, what resources we have to offer people who are pursuing pre-vet as a pre-health profession, and kind of how we're working on growing the club.
And have you had a good response?
I've had a great response. We are a relatively small club on campus, so we haven't had huge traction, but a couple people have come by, joined our group meet, and that is huge strides for us as a club. So I'm very happy with the turnout.
It's been busy for our new chancellor, Dr. Lori Mann Bruce. Our Mallory Crocker got to interview our next leader.
And welcome to the first ever student interview with our new chancellor, Dr. Lori Mann Bruce. How are you doing, Dr. Bruce?
Very well.
Well, we're very excited to have you. We just want to ask you a few questions, kind of get to know about you and why you chose UTC. So one of the first things I thought I might ask is, tell us a little bit about your backstory.
Well, I grew up in Tennessee, just about 90 minutes west of Chattanooga. Grew up coming to Chattanooga, for weekend trips and vacations, and so moved around as an adult, and am absolutely thrilled to be moving back more to my home area of the country.
Right, and does it feel different now that you're in like a leadership position in where you're from?
Definitely, definitely. I mean, growing up and even in college, I always looked at Chattanooga as, this urban, hip, metropolitan area. I never dreamed I would live here, or much less be the chancellor at UTC.
Well, we're super, super excited to have you. So one of the things I do want to know is, obviously, is there anything that you're planning on in your first year of kind of getting to know UTC?
Well, I'm definitely going on a listening tour, that's for sure. My first semester, I will be visiting lots of departments, student groups, just really listening, because I need to learn as much as I can about campus, in those early days, so that we can kind of hit our stride later on in the year.
Right, and is there anything so far that you've seen on campus that just is amazing and you're just like, wow, this is so cool?
Gosh, a lot. First of all, I would just say the campus in general.
Right.
I had not been to UTC on campus very many times in my life, and so when I first came to campus, I was just really surprised how pretty campus is. I don't necessarily always think of an urban or metropolitan campus being beautiful,
right,
but our campus is really beautiful, so that really surprised me right out of the gate.
Yeah. So kind of, what is your educational background? I know a lot of people are going to be watching this and they want to know more about that. So where did you kind of start at?
Yeah, so I went to undergrad at University of Alabama, Huntsville, an institution very similar to UTC, very similar in size and scope and kind of in a city. So I went there as an undergrad, studied electrical and computer engineering, and then I went to Georgia Tech for graduate school and did biomedical engineering and electrical engineering, and then I went back to UAH to finish my PhD in electrical engineering.
Awesome. And if I'm pretty sure that I read that right, that is also where you met your husband?
Yes. I met my husband in class, in an electrical engineering class called Signals and Systems, and whenever I would teach that class, I would always tell the students, be careful who you sit next to, because they might become your husband or wife.
There you go, there you go. And so tell us a little bit more about you two. Now, I know he's also starting a position here at UTC, correct?
Yes, so he'll be a faculty member in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, or electrical engineering, the Department of Electrical Engineering. Yeah. But anyway, he'll be a faculty member in that department, so students will definitely get to know him.
Awesome. And then, I mean, y'all are going to be working side by side again, so how's that feel?
Fantastic. Our whole careers, we've worked together, and very early in our careers, I say we kind of leapfrogged each other. Right. He worked in industry while I did my PhD, then I worked while he finished his PhD, but then for the past 30 years, we've worked together at universities, and so we know to give each other a little space, and but to support each other.
Right. So obviously, like I said, you guys met in college. What was kind of like your college self like?
Oh, very studious. Very studious. But I was an SGA. Okay. I was a senator in SGA. I was in a lot of clubs, mostly engineering clubs because I was a big old nerd. But very, very studious. And I would say, talking to students today, I say, yes, be studious, of course, that's what you're here for. Yeah. But have fun, join clubs, get to know people. You don't ever want to look back at your college years and say, I wish I had. Yeah. I wish I'd put myself out there more. I wish I'd taken more opportunities. Right. So definitely that's my advice to people. Go to class, study hard, but have fun.
Definitely. Well, also I do want to ask more kind of, personal questions. We get to know your more educational background, but I want to know a little bit more fun stuff about you. So I know you have dogs, right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about them.
Oh, my fur babies. I love on my two little dogs. So I have two little dogs. One's named Lucy, But they're both rescue dogs, so I can't really tell you what breed they are because I don't know.
Yeah.
But Lucy is a little brown dog. She's kind of a Chihuahua Terrier mix. She's very sweet, but she's very serious, a very serious little dog. And then Brody is, I think he's a Morkie. I don't know exactly what he is, but he's absolutely adorable. He lives his best life every single day, and he is very lovable.
Oh, well, we love dogs on this campus, so hopefully we'll see them running around and stuff. And also, I know you're very into art projects and stuff like that. Is that right?
Yes, yes. Well, I mean, I'm not trained in anything. It's very amateur, but I love sewing. I love embroidery. I love anything with textiles.
Yes.
So, I mean, I've never met a fabric I didn't want to buy. And so I do lots of art projects and craft projects with fabric and sewing. I really love that.
Well, we'd love to see you at craft afternoons in the library. We have basically things like that happen so we can kind of meet new students and do stuff, a lot of that cool stuff. And
I definitely will.
Well, we cannot wait to see you there, obviously. So I do want to ask just a few more questions, talking about, the university and stuff like that. Have you met any students and kind of gotten like a look on like what student life is like here at UTC?
Well, coming in the summer, it's pretty limited, but I do go in at Crossroads, so I bump into students. I just go up and introduce myself to students.
Yeah.
So I've already met some students that we have mutual people that we know from other universities. So I've gotten to know a handful of students, but I really look forward to this fall when everybody's back and the energy level is high, and I really want to spend a lot of time with students, and I want to listen to students. I want to hear, what do you love about UTC? What do you wish were different? What are your aspirations for campus? And so I really want to get that student voice in my head, and I really want to hear what the students want from UTC.
Yeah, well, also talking about students, and this is going to be my last question for you. For any students or anybody who is watching this video, what do you want them to know about you? Like, maybe a couple words, or just who is Dr. Bruce?
Gosh, well, I want them, if a student sees me on campus, I want them to feel seen. I want them to feel valued and know that I come to campus every single day with their success as my highest priority. And I want them to know I'm approachable. They can come up and talk to me, share with me, but I really want them to know that they matter and that every day they are my highest priority.
And that's the end of our interview with Dr. Bruce. Students, if you want to know more about Dr. Bruce, you can check out mocsnews.com. You can also check out our other student publications, The Perch, which is our radio station, and The Echo, which is our student newspaper. Go Mocs.
No one won Wednesday night's Powerball drawing. That means the drawing for Saturday has a $1.7 billion jackpot. It's the third largest jackpot in U.S. lottery history. Since the end of May, we have had 41 drawings without a winner. On this week's weather report, we had some pretty heated days.
Going into the weather for this week, sunny days are here again. Here's Dean DeSilva with the details.
Here in Tennessee, we can expect a mild to stormy weekend with scattered thunderstorms throughout tonight and tomorrow. Today's going to be hot with a high of 90 degrees. Saturday and Sunday, however, are going to be a bit cooler with a high of 79 Saturday and 77 Sunday. Next week will be consistently hot and sunny, with highs hovering around 80 degrees and lows around 60 all week.
College football is back, and it was a busy weekend for teams across Tennessee.
Chattanooga opened up its season on the road against Memphis, while the Volunteers kicked things off against Syracuse and Atlanta. Our Daniel Mert also has details on changes on the top 25.
UTC football opened the 2025 season on the road Saturday against Memphis. Nevada transfer Brandon Lewis led the Tigers with a touchdown pass and a 22-yard rushing score in a 45-10 final. The Tigers built a 28-3 halftime lead and added a pick six and late touchdown run to seal the win. Chattanooga will look to regroup as the season continues after a tough Week 1 matchup. Transfer quarterback Joey Aguilar threw for 247 yards and 3 touchdowns in his debut. One of those scores was the 73-yard strike to Braylon Statley in the second quarter. After the win, Tennessee moves 1-0 and returns to Knoxville this Saturday to host ETSU. The latest AP Top 25 college football poll is out. Ohio State holds the top spot with Penn State and LSU close behind. Georgia sits at number 4 and Miami rounds out the top 5. Tennessee moved up to number 22 after beating Syracuse, while Alabama fell to 21st following a loss.
For the first time ever, the UTC esports team is bringing you the Scenic City Invitational, a massive 20-team, 3-day collegiate Rocket League tournament, kicking off Friday, September 26th at the UTC Esports Arena, with the excitement continuing Saturday and Sunday, September 27th and 28th at Chattacon inside the Convention Center. And the UTC Esports team is looking for volunteers for this event. So if you want to be a part of the action, head to UTC Esports for more information and stay tuned on updates on talent.
That's this edition of Mocs News. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to keep up with us on our Instagram page.
We're also on Facebook and YouTube. Have a good weekend.